Hello everybody, this is me, and I just came back from seeing the movie Gravity. Wow. It's like, this is a movie that you need to see in theaters in 3D. Like, people talk about how great Avatar was in 3D in the movie. People talk about how great Life of Pi was. This movie is one that you need to see in theaters, because this is just an epic spectacle. Well, the images are. They are incredible. It's well shot, it's well edited. There's a lot of really, really great effects. It's the best space shots I've ever seen. You really feel like you're in space. The way the camera moves, the way the astronauts move. It feels like there's no gravity at all. It's very disorienting. It's very confusing. It's a lot like the situation that the astronauts in this movie are in. When it comes to the actual story, it's basically your standard space survival mission. It's a lot like Apollo 13. You're probably going to see me making more comparisons to Apollo 13 later on down the line, but basically the plot is there are astronauts in space, things go wrong, only two survivors left, George Clooney and Sandra Bullock, playing I believe Matt and Brian were their names, and the actual actors, George Clooney is pretty much just being George Clooney, that kind of snarky, wisecracker, smart guy who he plays in, like, everything. He's okay. And then we got Sandra Bullock. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if she gets nominated for an Oscar this year, because this was a really, really good performance. You really saw the desperation, you saw the psychosis, you saw her striving so hard to survive, to make it, and, like, a lot of the times, it's just her on her own. If there were any downsides to this movie, it would probably be, it's like, the film was kind of inconsistent in tone, and most of that is kind of the problem with George Clooney's character. Because, like, there's, like, this, at one point, there's this really, really dramatic moment. And then George Clooney comes in and just beats George Clooney all over it. I actually almost wanted to laugh. I have to admit, there was one moment that really did, like, hit me right in the gut with, like, drama right there. And let me tell you, like, Sandra Bullock is incredible in this movie. It's like, she, like, was clearly putting everything she had into this performance. Now, like, when it comes to, like, the actual movie as a whole, I don't think it's as good of a character study. It doesn't have the great interaction. It doesn't have some of the clever moments of Apollo 13. But it does have is a really good experience as a movie. It's not like 2001: A Space Odyssey, where it's just the experience. It's like, this is a movie. This has a story. This works like a movie, but it's a very, very good movie, and it tells its story very well. The world it builds is really great, and the characters are very likable as well. It's like story-wise, it also kind of reminds me a lot of Life of Pi, where most of it is just like a very, very small cast, having to keep you interested all by itself. And like Life of Pi, it really works here because we have great actors and great effects. If you're interested at all, you should go see it, because this is a movie, again, you need to see in theaters. But is it a really great movie? It's not perfect, there are some flaws, but I feel like if you took the effects of this, and the story and interaction stuff of Apollo 13 and put them together, you would have an amazing movie, like one of the greatest movies of all time. But as is, it's a really good movie. It's like, I would recommend going to see Gravity. Well, Season 2 is gonna come out soon enough, so I'll see you then.